I'm Ted Norby, Director of Instruction for the National University Golf Academy. I'm here today with Dr. Doug Barba from National University Center for Performance Psychology. Today we're going to talk a little bit about routines, the mental and physical routine of hitting a golf shot.
Well, today what we want you to think about is three specific components with the golf pre-shot routine. Behind the ball, how you process your information. When you're over the ball, how you execute the shot, and what you think about after the ball. So we have three components that we're going to talk about today when we deal with routines. Nice shot, Ted.
Thank you.
I think what you do after a shot is probably the most important thing to ensure future good shots. When you hit a good shot, you need to make an anchor somehow so that you really pay attention that you did what you were supposed to do. Too often, the only ones we remember are the bad shots.
This post-shot routine, again, there's going to be two things. If I've hit a bad shot, again, I don't want people thinking about, oh, all these things that I did wrong. I think what we're trying to do is trying to put in our head what we want to do correctly on the next shot.
And what I encourage players to do if they've hit a shot that wasn't quite what they were looking for, go ahead and take some practice swings until you hit, make the swing that feels right. And then put the club in your bag and go find the next one.
Again, more important is resetting what I want to do correctly on the next shot. We all have our, again, mental routine that we've set up in our pre-shot routine. We've executed the shot. But after the shot's gone, let's say I didn't shift as well as I wanted to, and that's something that I'm working on. Usually you're going to have a little bit of time. Somebody else is hitting their shot or we've got to walk on. If I know what I did wrong, that's fine. I can kind of make a little correction. But even if I don't know what I did wrong in the swing, I know what I'm trying to accomplish on all my shots that day. I hopefully have made a plan and a thought process of what I'm trying to do in my swing that day. So even if I don't know why I hit it fat or thin or whatever, I'm still I can take a little practice swing and set my hand where I wanted to, create a leg shift that I'm trying to do, and release the club if that's what I'm trying to feel that day on the golf course.
Ted makes some really good points on both sides of that. With the bad shots, figure out what you have to do to fix it and then move on. Don't carry it with you. You don't want to be carrying bad shots. That bag gets really heavy. When you hit the good shot, it's really important that you anchor those and those leave a mark so that you know you're good, and that'll build on your own confidence and your enjoyment and pleasure with the game. So it's really critical. But to reinforce this, what you do after your execution of the skill becomes really important. If you beat yourself up and you're hard on yourself, you're not going to be very effective. You're not going to play very well. Nobody's going to want to play with you, and paying for broken clubs gets expensive. So it's really important to process that information so it's going to be a benefit in the future.
I find it very interesting when people are on the golf course and they hit a bad shot, how much mental energy they put back into it. You see people miss a shot and they curse, they throw a club, they stomp back to the cart, they slam a club, and they're putting all of this emphasis on a bad shot. But then when they hit a good shot, it's like they just kind of walk over and they don't even think about the good shot. It's like that's supposed to happen all the time, as opposed to if I hit a perfect shot, I'm going to sit back there, I'm going to revisualize it, this imagery that we've talked about in the past. I'm going to put it in my head again. Yes, that's what I want. I'm even going to take another practice swing. God, what did that feel like? That felt perfect. That was the perfect move. Ball went perfect. I want to anchor that. I'd rather spend more time on a good shot rather than more time post-shot on a bad one.
Absolutely. I think you make a really good point. And I would always encourage you to spend at least twice as much time with the good ones and the bad ones. When you make a mistake, you know what you did. And hopefully you're long enough in the game where you know how to correct it.
So the final thing that happens on a golf shot is this post-shot routine, and really focus on the good energy and the good thought processes. It sets you up for success on the next shots, the next holes, the next round of golf that you play, instead of focusing on the bad stuff in the history.
Absolutely. And I think it's really critical to have a good routine where you're thinking behind the ball, you're automatic over the ball, and that you process the success or failures after the shot most effectively for future success.